Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, TheRumpledOne, coming to you on Thursday, April the 4th. The year is 2024. Let's talk trading. Trading with Walmal. These videos are for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine and different from Walmal's. Once again, risk management. Never lose more than you're willing to lose on any one single trade. So Walmal, you've been having a good week this week.
Yeah, it's been a good week. It's better than the last couple of weeks where I had winning weeks, but I had some times when I went and hit what I was willing to go and lose, and that there's a story behind that. And the story behind that is that because I went and quit when I was supposed to quit, I could keep on playing. if I hadn't have done that, well, who knows what would have happened, right?
Yeah. So yesterday about this time and the day before, we were like around 30 some pips, but then yesterday it exploded to 93, and right now we're sitting at about 41 pips for the day.
Yeah. In fact, just an hour ago we were sitting at only 26 pips. It's crazy, how the European session has been really, really docile, I guess is the best way to put it. But maybe that's expected because I do know that a lot of our European friends, they're off on Friday of last week. They're off on Monday of this week. Those are national holidays in just about every European country, and a lot of people take holiday for the entire week. They leave for holiday on Thursday of last week, and they don't come back until Monday of next week. So maybe that's part of what's going on here. I don't know. I'm just throwing things against the wall and not really caring whether it sticks or not. It doesn't matter. The reality is that what we see is that the market's pretty compressed, and if they do make a move, they make a move during the New York session. They're not making the move during the European session or the British session, whatever you want to call it. But that's okay. We can still make money. I mean, I had told you earlier that I had already made I made 17.9 pips for the day, and at the time we still only had a 26 pip range for the day. So it just shows you that you can go and make the money. The thing is, you may have to go back and forth. In other words, you're trading to travel. You're not trading. You can't make. Very difficult. I mean, not that you can't, but it'd be very difficult to make 17, pips on a 26 pip range day if you're somebody who's going into the trade and holding for the whole 10, 15 pips, because it's just you have to go and time the bottom perfectly, you got to time the top perfectly, and none of us are that good. Although some people think they are, but nobody's that good. At least I haven't met them yet.
Yeah. Hey, I'm looking at the missed pivots chart right now, and it looks like so far we've missed the pivot for the month up at 2640 or 94, call it 95. We've only missed it by about 12 pips at the moment, but we took out the weekly, and then we've missed today's pivot down at 26, call it 2623. So we might have some pivot hunting going on.
Yeah. In a market like this, it's probably not a bad idea just to try to, set a mark out there and, using a fishing term, throw your lure, cast your lure to that point.
Right.
Hope for the best, right?
Yeah, and then, once again, we got a range of 40.8, which is really too low for the rat zone. That's for sure.
Right.
But the buy zone looks like that paid off about an hour or so ago. But I also noticed something when I was scanning the charts before I cranked up the video. On the inside bar, we shot through yesterday we went through the inside bar from, well, it would have been 3 days ago yesterday, but today we went back inside that range. I guess that was maybe during the news or something, and then it popped back out, and then we broke through the weekly inside bar of last week at 26.67. So you got a lot of weekly inside bar action here.
Yeah. Yeah, we did have news about what would that be about an hour and a half ago. We had news, and it was the unemployment claims for the week, and it was a miss. You know, they were expecting 213,000. I think they got 221,000 unemployment claims that came in, and you know, and so that was a miss, and that's what actually I think shot the market up and actually broke that area where the range was. It was stuck at 26 pip range, and that's what broke it. But the interesting thing is that it was right now where prices right now were only maybe five pips or so above where that news came out. So it's kind of interesting that, you know, it ran up, 5, 10, 15 pips or so. You know, let's see, 5, 10, 15, almost 20 pips it ran up from that position before the news. And now we're back to within 5 pips of where the news came out. So it's, just shows you, you know, a lot of times, you know, it was a miss, but it was not really a big, huge miss.
Are you looking at the right chart?
Yeah.
Didn't the news come out at 5:30 or my time, 8:30 or 9:30 New York time?
Yeah, it did. And I said an hour and a half, and I meant to say, I don't know why, but what I meant to say was 45 minutes ago. The news came out. I don't know why I was thinking that.
Wait a minute. All right, 45 minutes ago?
Let me see. Hold on a second.
No, because it's 7 o'clock.
No.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. It was an hour and a half ago.
Yeah, because I'm looking at that big candle on my 30-minute chart.
Yeah, and the news brought it up to the high. It brought it up 20 pips from the release of the news. 25 pips it brought it up. And then, and now it's gone back down, it's come down about 12 pips, so it's about halfway down.
Yeah, we're about 10 pips off of the daily high at the moment, so.
Yeah. I was looking at the wrong candle when I said that. We came back to the first where the news came in, because there was a big return bar that came in at the beginning part of this hour, and I was looking at that thinking that was the news, and it was not, because I thought I was on a 5-minute chart, where reality was I was on a 1-minute chart. So it scrolled off my screen.
That's too funny. Yeah, I'm looking here at the M30. We just covered the previous M30. And I noticed something too when I was looking at H4. We're going to have got a huge return bar. Because remember yesterday I said, look at that return bar on H4, that big red stick. Well, now we got a big green stick. So we'll have to see if price comes back down into the 125 area.
Yeah, it's funny because our H4s are at different times, but I don't have that. But from, let's see, how many H4s ago? I got a huge H4, 5 H4s ago, which was during yesterday's trading.
I've got one 6 ago.
Okay, yeah. It's just that we're all off because it splits it. And I think I'm bringing this up because I think it's an important thing for traders to note, and that is that, you know, just because on your chart, it shows you got a huge H4, it doesn't necessarily mean that everybody sees that. And that's the problem with Forex. What causes some problems with Forex is because what happens is that not everybody is looking at the same thing, because different brokers open at different times and they have their server times set at different times. And so what happens is that the data sometimes is, you know, it's not that the data is wrong, because price is price, but the data is represented or accumulated differently. And so we have to take that into account, that sometimes we have to go and look and say, wait a second, okay, why is it doing whatever it's doing? And it may just be because of broker difference. And, you know, it's like, how many times have we been talking, and I'll say, look, I went and hit the 2,700, you know, and he's like, well, I missed that by 2 or 3 pips. You know, it's like, how does that happen? Well, unfortunately, because this market is not consolidated, and we don't have consolidated opens and closes and anything else, we have this, you know, we have this nonsense that we have to go in, that we have to fight through, and sometimes that makes it difficult, you know, for us as traders. It adds another variable in there that we can't really even see. I guess you can see it if you were to open up accounts on multiple brokers and look at all of them at the same time and get really confused because we've got too much data coming in, and you know, so what is the solution to that? You trade what you see, and just understand that sometimes you're going to win and sometimes you're going to lose it, because you can't get into, you know, all this other stuff that's happening. But at the same time, understand that sometimes the reason why things don't pan out the way you think they pan out is just because of the differences.
Exactly, and you know, I'm looking here. We're toggling across that 2675 psychological level.
Yep. And if you remember, yesterday we were doing the same thing, except it was 2575.
Yeah. And also, wasn't it? Yeah, it was 2575.
You know, it's between, it was going back and forth between 2570 and 2575.
Yeah.
Back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah, because the yesterday's open on my broker was 2576. So.
Right. But you just, you know, and like I said, what you got to do, you know, part of playing the game here is you just got to play the cards that are dealt to you. You know, it's sort of like, let's say you're playing poker. You know, the reality is that, you know, there's an element of luck when you're playing poker, and you can't. You know what? The only cards you can play are the cards that you see. In other words, cards that you know that are in your hand, and the cards that have been exposed, you know, on the table. That's all you can play. You can't go and play, you know, sort of with this, what I'm talking about, where, you know, different brokers are doing different things and have different times, whatever. That's like the players you're playing against with the cards that they haven't revealed yet. You know, you just can't see them. You can make a guess, but, you know, sometimes it's just better to play the cards you got in front of you, and then, you know, play the odds based on the cards that are in front of you, and it'll work out in the end. And that's why I'm such a big advocate for statistical programming, or statistical programming, but statistical trading. And the reason why is just because that's the only thing I got. You know, in this game, it's the only thing I have is to go and do that. And so I got to go and, you know, say, okay, statistics have said this. You know, does that mean that's what's going to happen on the next trade? No. But what it does mean is that there's a statistical advantage to go and take the trade, you know, or not to take the trade, to get out of the trade, or to stay in the trade. And you just got to take advantage of that, because that's all you've got. That's all. It's the only cards you're given, and you can't go and play somebody else's cards.
Right. You know, and the other thing is that you know, we were talking yesterday. I think this wasn't during the video, but you were saying, you know, you were happy you took your 2 or 3 pips when you did.
Right. And that's the type of with this compressed market I've been doing. And I know I'm probably sounding like a broken record because I've been saying this for a while now.
Hey, what's a record? What's a record?
I know. I could say a broken CD, but nobody probably knows what a CD is anymore.
Really?
but in any case, you know, it's, you know, the reality is, because of the way the market's moving, you know, as soon as the market stops moving, I'm getting out. And so, and that's kind of what happened yesterday when I was in that trade with you on the phone. And it was sort of like, okay, I'm moving. Okay, I got my 2. I got my 3 pips. Okay, I've got 4 pips. Okay, it's back down to 3. Okay, I don't like this. I'm out of here. And I wound up walking away with like 3 pips. I don't remember exactly, but somewhere like 3.1 pip or something like that.
No, well, maybe on one of the trades, but I remember overall you said, hey, 6 pips wasn't bad. But you know what? We are out of time. The fastest 15 minutes in trading is over. So, fellow traders, always remember and never forget. It's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the banks. This is the Rumpled One, over and out.